Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel CMAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to learn the concepts of delegation, centralization and decentralization. Now let us first understand what is delegation. To be very precise, delegation refers to the downward transfer of authority from a superior to a subordinate. So what happens in delegation is we know that a manager or a superior of an organization, he has a lot of work to be done. So what he does is he delegates or he transfers some of the work which is allotted to him to his subordinates so that his burden of work is also reduced and his subordinates also learn some of the work of the organization. So he is transferring certain work of him. Along with that, he is also providing the authority to a subordinate. Now, when we'll study the elements of delegation, this concept would become more clear to you all. See, elements of delegation, Lewis Allen has mentioned that there are three elements of delegation: authority, responsibility, and accountability. So when you delegate a work, when a manager or a superior delegates a work to his subordinates or his employees, which means that these three elements should be included in that. He should be giving them the authority, he should be giving them the responsibility, and also he must make them accountable for the work that he has delegated to them. Okay, so let us check it one by one. What is authority? Authority is the right or the power to command, to give orders to others. So unless and until you give a person the authority along with the work that you have delegated, it is not possible for him to complete the work that you have assigned. Then comes responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsibility is the obligation to perform the duties assigned to the employees. Whatever work is given to the employees by his manager or the superior, the obligation to perform it properly, promptly, that is responsibility. Then what is accountability? Accountability means making an employee answerable to the work that he has been allotted. And these three elements of delegation move hand in hand, which means if you give an authority to a person and not responsibility, which means that he can dominate. Okay. And if you give only responsibility to a person and not authority, which means the person is having a lot of burden or he is responsible for doing a work, but he does not have any power or the authority to command people. How is he going to get the work done? Then, if you are giving a person authority, also the responsibility, but not making him or her accountable for the work that is being allotted to them, he might not show that dedication in the work because he is not answerable to anyone, right? So authority, responsibility, accountability moves hand in hand. If you are delegating a work to an employee or to a subordinate, which means that authority should be given, likewise responsibility should be given, and it is also necessary to make the person accountable for the work which is allotted to him. So this is about the elements of delegation. Now, what are the importance of delegation? First one, it creates effective management. Now, how it creates effective management? Because we are trying to empower the employees here by delegating the routine works. Managers are delegating the routine works to the subordinates. Now, as such, managers are becoming free from doing all of the routine jobs. So, they can focus more on the core jobs, so the important jobs of the organization. Giving you an example, let us assume that there is a commerce fest organized by your college. And whoever is a coordinator, the in charge of this commerce fest, has allotted or delegated the work of this fest among you students. So one group of student is in charge of escorting the guest. One group of student is in charge of looking after the lunch, breakfast and the refreshments. The another group is in charge for writing the certificates. Another group is in charge of for taking care of the teams that have come to your college. So all are delegated or all are given some or the others out of work, which means that the coordinator who is the main person in charge of the fest, can look at the other important aspects of the program. Correct. So this somewhere gives rise to the effective management. Secondly, employee development. Now, employees are developed because when the jobs are being delegated by the managers, one thing is that the employees are learning a new job apart from whatever they were doing earlier. Apart from their routine jobs, they are learning something new. Then there is a chance that they can exhibit their talents. There is a chance that they use their skills. They can gain experience and they develop themselves for the higher positions, right? So all over development of employees takes place when there is delegation. Thirdly, motivation of employees. Now, delegation helps in motivating the employees a lot, because when the manager delegates a work to the subordinate, it means that the manager has some trust, some faith, or some confidence in the employees, which has made the manager to delegate this work to an employee, which is definitely in turn going to motivate the employee to showcase his better performance in that. Next comes a facilitation of growth. Now, delegation also helps in expansion of an organization because it provides a ready workforce who is already experienced, already gained knowledge to take up higher positions, leading positions in the new venture. So we already have trained managers now. Okay, so we can go for expanding the organization. We have enough manpower, enough human resource who are able to take up the new venture. Lastly, there is better coordination, because in delegation we speak about the three key elements, which is the authority, responsibility and accountability. When you are very clear about authority, responsibility and accountability, which means you are highlighting the authority responsibility relationship in the organization, which means that the work is very clear. And when these relationship, authority responsibility relationships are very clear to all the employees in the organization, it definitely means that there is better coordination in the work that is going to be done. So this is about the importance of delegation. Another concept that we are going to discuss in today's video is centralization and decentralization. As you can see in the picture, the centralized picture, there is one point in the between and rest all points are showing outside that point. Correct. Where if you see in the decentralized, all the points are scattered here and there. Now, centralization, as the picture suggests here, where all the decision making power is at the apex or the top management. Now, we all are aware that there are different departments in the organization. It may be sales department, finance department, marketing department, human resource department, public relations department, and the like. Now, all of these departments have to take up various decisions. In centralization, all the decisions regarding any department of the organization is taken by the top management itself. Apex, in the sense, those who are at the top. The board of directors or the managing directors, they themselves take decisions for the entire organization. That is centralized or centralization. Now, what is decentralization? Decentralization refers to the dispersal of decision making power to the lower levels of the hierarchy, which means the departments are given the authority, the power to take decisions regarding their department. So, sales department, the sales manager is going to take up the decision, whatever is affecting his department. A finance manager is going to take decisions for his department. So, the top management is not going to take the entire decisions for the organization. The decisions are taken by the departmental heads. Okay, so that is decentralization. Now let us understand the importance of decentralization. First one, it develops initiative among subordinates. Now decentralization builds a sort of confidence in the subordinates and makes them self-reliant. Now, if I have to say that a sales manager takes a decision for his own department, which also means that he is able to rely on his own decisions. Okay, so this will help to create a lot of dynamic leaders for the organization. Second importance, develops managerial talent for the future. So formal training, of course, plays a very important role in equipping the subordinates, no doubt. But along with that, there is something called as experience, which comes by handling the assignments independently. So when the subordinates are given formal training, but along with that, they are also able to take up independent assignments. They are able to take decisions for their departments all alone, single handedly. It develops them to take up the future managerial positions. Third one, quick decision making. So decisions can be taken very faster because in centralization we had to depend on the top management to take decisions for the entire organization. But when we talk about decentralization, I told you that there is a dispersal of decision making power, which means we are giving the authority and the right to the departmental heads to take up decisions for their own department. That is why a sales manager or a finance manager need not always get the consent from the top management to take decisions regarding to his department. Right? So the decisions taken will be faster. Relief to the top management. Now, as the routine works, the routine decisions are being decentralized, there is a relief to the top management. The top management can focus on the other important aspects of the organization, other core areas of the work. Facilitates growth. This is the same point that we had seen in the delegation. The organization can grow for expanding because we have the human resource, we have the subordinates who are able to take up new ventures, so the organization can go for expansions. Better control, as every departmental head is made accountable for whatever decisions he is going to take, so organization can hold a person responsible for whatever decisions are taken. There is better control in the organization.